Hello, it's 9:49 p.m. So I'm settled at my sleep spot right here. It's a little cold, and from I guess the rain from when I was in the hotel, my sleeping bag got wet. So trying to dry the sleeping bag out. It's getting a little colder, and it's very windy out here tonight. I'm sleepy and tired. The sky was clear until right when I got settled at my sleep spot. That's when a whole bunch of clouds come right over me. But now they're kind of dispersed in the sky. You know, I know it's supposed to rain tonight and then all tomorrow morning. All day tomorrow. And so, it's supposed to be, they say, dangerous weather with hail and tornadoes and stuff like that. So, when I had my, some stuff in my hands, and I was close to the mall area earlier, and they had people in cars, people in vehicles gang stalking me really bad, really heavy, following and gang stalking me and stuff like that. And they took advantage of that because my hands were full. One thing that made me mad this afternoon was on Quora, I asked a question about sleep deprivation. And if these people speak the truth about chemtrails, but then the moderators purposely blocked my question or hid my question that I tried to ask about sleep deprivation and stuff like that. And it's like, well, how can you call yourself a truther and you're censoring people? You know, it's about sleep deprivation and stuff like that, and some other stuff. Now I don't want to go into detail, you know, but it pretty much bothered me and made me mad all evening. You hear it sounds like the power lines sound like they're frying. So this sleep spot, I don't know where else to go. I know I do not own this property or this area, but the perps want to take away any comfort that they can of the target. It's like some people make like as if targeted individuals are not supposed to have anything good and will not have anything good. And they feel the same way about homeless people, that you're not supposed to have anything good, and that you will not have anything good. So, it's not fair that if I've been here for over a year at this spot, why all of a sudden I'm stupid for being here because people wait until not recently, within the past week or two, to start deciding they wanted to purposely drive through here, hoping that they can get me hit by a car. I'm called the fool, but the perps just started doing this. I'm supposed to let the perps win and be right and rule me. So I've been here, and they just started doing this to me. You know, so purposely drive over my sleep spot area, you know, whether I'm there or not. And even if they just started doing this. They were not doing this before. So now I don't have anywhere else to go as far as outside on the streets. There's no place for me to go. I don't feel safe at that park because there's a whole bunch of men over there. And then it's not convenient or quick for me to have to go use the bathroom. I will be guaranteed to pee on myself. That I have to walk way far to go and potty. So this is the best spot for me And then, you know, I have the potty spot close by. So, this has been my homeless sleep spot. And now I'm called a fool because perps decide they want to be evil. I have to let them be right and purposely try to hurt me. You know, I mean, as I said, I get mad all day, every day because people were mostly perping me in their fucking cars today. I don't want to hear a fucking thing about me having no business driving. I had a few perps purposely try to run over me, like close to the mall area. I had a few perps purposely try to run over me earlier today. You know, different cars. So it makes me want to have an emotional breakdown to be blocked from driving and having a car, to be forced sleep deprived. When it was a person who did had a group, something about more gallons, but I don't remember the whole name. And I asked a question: how can I combat sleep deprivation? You know, more like so I can drive. And I was wondering, how do you, if y'all target individuals say that y'all drive and have a car, how do y'all suffer sleep deprivation but y'all still drive every day? So my sleep deprivation is hindering me from driving and getting a driving job, like even if it's cab driving or something. And I don't want to be a danger, but I wish I was driving and had a vehicle. I mean, some targets, you know, wish for me to get a van to sleep in. You know, and when I was driving, I've had to deal with perps trying to purposely run me off the road. God must have been protecting me when I was driving through the Blue Ridge Mountains in Greenville, South Carolina a few years ago when I rented a car, like in 2017. And the perps were trying to purpose. It's like, I didn't know that that was part of the gang stalking. That they were, I was wondering why so many random people were trying to purposely set me up to, you know, get nervous and fall off a cliff. While they speed 90 miles per hour around me in a zone that's supposed to be 5, no more than 5 or 10 miles per hour driving through the mountains. And here, they thought I was crazy for driving the speed limit. So, it's just not right what's going on. You know, I was trying to ask about how to combat sleep deprivation and so that I can drive. Even if it's not cab driving, if I can have a way to do delivery or something like that, like food delivery. It seems like people do not want to help people nowadays. And people think that you cause all your problems and that you're at fault. And they do that to justify their so-called right to not help you. You know, so they take the burden off themselves, or so they don't want to feel obligated or guilty. Not that you are obligated or guilty, but they just don't want to feel that way. You know, but they'll use that to justify, okay, you should take the simple way out. You should never be driving. But when I would have a certain drive, I would try to drive, and the narcissistic perps around me deliberately and on purpose treat me like I'm not supposed to be on the road driving. And it all started from foster care. So they'll use their setups and scenarios to try to fake justify that why you should never be driving, and then got all the real targets agreeing with the same thing. And I'm like, well, I thought you were supposed to be supportive of me, or I thought you were supposed to help me. Oh wow! The moment I just mentioned about the clouds, now the sky is super clear again. The sky is super clear again. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just dark. But the sky is back to being clear again, right after I mentioned about the clouds. Wow, that's just crazy. This make me feel like that character Powder. I think that actor's name was Sean Patrick Flannery or something like that. So I'm trying to air out my sleeping bag. I wish it was dry, and I wish I can be laying down sleeping right now. But, you know, I'm disappointed every day that I can't drive or have a car. And it seems like my mobility is limited, you know, getting around. And it's like, what's the point of, you know, taking a cab or Uber when you can be, you know, driving yourself around? So, even when it comes to trying to get a business, your own business, it doesn't have to relate to driving. I would want to drive so bad, and the narcissistic perps think that I'm crazy and weird for wanting to drive, and they dare me to bring it up like as if I'm not allowed to, or I'm forbidden to even talk about it. Like, I'm forbidden to discuss or talk about the narcissistic perps. They forbid me to talk about what makes me happy, but then they always calling me negative and miserable. Okay, here come the clouds coming back. I don't know if y'all can see that. So, yeah, I can see them. But it was so clear earlier. I mean, for a few minutes, you know. So, I'm disappointed every day that I'm blocked from driving, and I don't even have a suspended license. And I never had a suspended license. So I didn't realize in 2005, before Hurricane Katrina, that either they gave me a car that got rigged, or the biological sister Ramona did some form of witchcraft to set me up to get into a car wreck. But excuse me, she I mentioned before about how that day she purposely locked me inside the house, and I had the school essay to turn in. I guess it was a term paper that I think it affected like half of, you know how you in English class you'll have a term paper that will affect half of your grade, your final grade and stuff like that. So it was one of those. And then she thought it was my sister, who's always arrogantly brag and boast about, I'm 19 years your senior. Always brag about how she's 19 years my senior, like 19 years older than me. But, you know, she's doing childish stuff and think it's funny. That she think it's funny to lock me in the house and then wait until after 11 o'clock to finally let me out. Like, she want, like, your own biological brothers and sisters, relatives in the foster family, it's like they want to succeed at purposely making you fail in life. And then when you have certain flaws, I mean, they got flaws too, but when you got certain flaws, they use that against you as a weapon against you and throw it in your face, or try to make it like they themselves are better or higher or more perfect than you. You know, so when that day when I had the term paper and she set me up to get into a car accident, I could have died. But I didn't know I was, of course, in 2005, I was 21 years old. Did not know that I was a targeted individual. I mean, I thought it was something personal. I didn't know that I was that I was targeted and that other people are going through this too. I've been asking myself for years, who else gets treated the way I get treated? No other targeted individuals. I mean, some targeted individuals, they throw their hands up and feel like they give up on wanting to drive, or like they don't want to drive anymore. Because they said that, how the perps try to run them off the road. But it's like they want to keep me poor and destitute and mock and laugh at me. And when I was at the mall, they had this black male perp. He was kind of young. He waited till I walked nearby to purposely put out a thick, fat-ass wad of hundreds of dollar bills, like so almost too big for his hands. And the moment I walked by at the mall, he pulled out this wad of cash. So every now and then I'll get these male perps who, think it's a badge of honor to pull out wads of lots of cash. No matter what, whether it's black, Hispanic, white, but it's mainly males who do this. So, and two different stores that I went to today, one at the mall and one at Marshall's, that if I go to the store, and even if I didn't intend to go, like I thought of at the last minute to go to Marshall's, and they didn't have what I was looking for. So me going there, and I wonder what coincidence was it that I go to two different stores. Well, another store was a shoe store that I saw from a little distance, that they had a whole bunch of red shoes for sale clustered together, and then surrounded by those bunch of red shoes, there were other different shoes of various different colors. But then they huddled and crunched together all the red shoes. I think one of them was at Foot Locker in the mall, and then the other one was at Marshall's. But I remember they had these perps who got in front of me, and for some reason that day, I think it either happened too fast, or my storage space was full, or my battery was low on my phone. One of those reasons why I couldn't film these young kids that waited till they walked in front of me, and then just started acting like as if they cut in front of me just to go act like as if they're trying to look at and shop around for the red shoes specifically. And I forgot to talk about that. So I know I have let's see, I got 82% on my phone, and it's now 10:06 p.m. Yeah, I told y'all what my setbacks and struggles were. If they can take away the sleep deprivation and give me a driving is something, food delivery is something I know I can do as a job opportunity. Like, even if it's delivering for a local pizza company like Hungry Howie's or something like that. If they allow me to work, or if I get hired, I know it's something I can do. Or if I deliver for Jimmy John's or something like that. And that can help get me off the streets. Being a targeted individual, you're not allowed to be a people person. And it's very difficult to try to be a people person and targeted at the same time. I don't know if people can do it the way they have us forced isolated and manufacture and stage things that like we're crazy people who just troublemakers who can't get along with anybody. So I don't want to stay here too much longer because I know I gotta save my battery. And I don't know if or when I'll upload this. I don't know if I'll upload this tonight or wait until tomorrow to upload it. But one thing, I was trying to get these bags for that. I got this black trash bags that I get from Family Dollar. It used to be my favorite black trash bags. Then they changed the packaging and they changed the material and have the trash bags now that are cheaper in value and not as durable or stable, and they tear more easily, and they're hard to open. It's like, why did I buy these? Torture myself with buying these bags. So I got those from Family Dollar because being homeless on the streets, I always have to have bags. I have to have bags being homeless on the streets. You know, I have to have my bags. I have to have my disinfectant wipes. And the alcohol wipes. And not the disinfectant wipes. And I have to have the baby wipes. I have to have bladder pads. I have to have my magnesium supplement and my amazing grass supplement. You know, certain things I have to have. So, I bought me this little $5 chair, and you know, I guess I can go underneath the little shelter part if the rain gets bad. But I'm glad that me being able to get into a hotel room and I can get to I was able to get a shower and I didn't get the proper rest that I wanted to, but I was able to get some rest. But me being on the streets is hard for me to try to do the virtual caregiver job. and me being in public businesses is always loud music everywhere. And then I've been trying to I've tried to use as little of my phone data as possible and try to use Wi-Fi whenever possible. So that's a challenge right there. But I just wish that more people can pull together to help me get off the streets and out of my situation with all these challenges. So I can't go too much longer because I got to try to save some of my battery in my storage space, at least a little bit. Excuse me. So thanks for listening. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all and bye.